put the work in when it's ready for go time, all right? There was a lot of people outside our building said, nah, that's a bad win tonight, all right? All right, let's go get another one, all right? Take it on the road, head to Arizona. Proud of you guys, man, all right? That's a great team win tonight, all right? Team win.
Anytime, anywhere, anyone. That's what Dan Quinn says. Here he is, three-time Pro Bowler, Super Bowl champion, coming off a huge win in a Monday Night Classic. It will live in infamy. Did it feel that way on the field, Zach Ertz?
Yeah, I mean, it was a huge win, obviously. We were at 1-1 going into the game and going against a team that's essentially in the playoffs every year with a phenomenal offense, phenomenal defense, really well coached. And for us to go out there and really show the brand of football that we want to play was really just a great team win. And it felt good, to be honest. It really did feel good.
Zach, I couldn't pull the interview with you at camp. You were dialed in, you were zoned in, but like, what a thing to get you on the show after this win. Thank you for the time. There was the huge Terry McLaurin catch. Devontae Adams was just on my show breaking it down, how amazing it was, the throw too. But none of that happens without you. And this huge catch on 4th down, just a couple plays earlier to keep the drive alive. You've got two, oh my gosh, you've got both safeties bracketing you. How did you get open?
I mean, it really just comes down to the timing with Jayden. You know, he's been phenomenal from the moment we've started in the offseason of just being able to play on time. I think that's the thing that's been most impressive about him is his anticipation and ability to just play from the pocket. You know, everyone sees the gifts he had when he takes off and run, but his ability to play from the pocket, he truly is a passer first, and he's a really, really damn good passer at that. And so it's awesome to play with a guy like that wants to be able to sit in the pocket, get his guys the ball, and he did that over and over last night.
I mean, he sees the bracket. He sees the trouble. But you're still the guy that he is looking for in that moment. What's behind that?
I think it's just the chemistry we've developed all offseason. We talk a lot about how he wants me to run routes. You know, I have an opinion. I've done things a certain way, but it really doesn't matter how I want to run a route. I got to be on his timing. I got to be able to play and have him see it the same way I do. So we're constantly talking about routes, how to do it against this coverage, that coverage. And so it's really just the time on task that we've had from the moment we started after he was drafted at OTAs and during training camp. And so none of the stuff you saw yesterday, whether it was Terry, myself, the run game, none of that was any different than what we've seen all offseason with Jayden. And he's so poised, he's so calm, and he is a dog when he gets going. And so he's so fun to play with.
You've played with Michael Vick. You have played with MVP candidates, Wentz, Nick Foles on the Super Bowl run, Kyler Murray. You've seen everyone at the quarterback position. What makes Jayden stand out?
Yeah, Jayden is a very, very special player. Obviously, the talent jumps out at you when you watch him. But I think the thing about him, and probably the guy that had this the most that I played with was Andrew Luck in college, was that he almost has this like gravitational pull to him. He's not bigger than the team. He's not bigger than the offense. He's just one of the guys, and guys gravitate towards that and want to play for him. And it's so much fun to see him grow over these first 3 weeks, coming from week 1 against Tampa to where we were last night, of him playing from the pocket. And so I can't say enough good things about this guy. I think the sky's really the limit for him, and he's going to be really good for a really long time.
The Terry McLaurin play I alluded to that everyone's talking about, the Bengals were sending the house, Zach. You had to stay in and block Trey freaking Hendrickson one-on-one. Walk me through that play from your vantage point.
Yeah, we knew they have a big history of going cover zero. And with that DC and big spots, they have that's what they frequently go to. And so whatever the team needs at that point in the game, really at any point in the game, obviously, but to give Terry a shot at one-on-one coverage in that situation is what we're going to take every time. And so if that means me staying in pass protection and block a guy, that's what I have to do. Because in our opinion, Terry's one of the best receivers in the league. And there was so much talk after 2 weeks, oh, Terry's not going off, his yards per catch are low. But we had all the confidence in the world in him, you know, that he's one of the best receivers in the league. He has all the tools you want in a number one receiver, and he's selfless. And not many guys with his accolades, his stature on this team have the personality and leadership capabilities that he does, of just doing whatever the team needs him to do to win And it's awesome in Ohio. An Ohio State guy to go out there and play the way he did last night was phenomenal.
Were you able to see him hauling that catch when you were dealing with that maniac Hendrickson?
No, he was literally just trying to run through me to get to the quarterback. So I only saw the aftermath, but seeing it on film after, it was a truly great throw with the guy just screaming down, trying to get the sack on Jayden. So it was really a great play all around.
I love it.
I love it.
Yeah, I love that it sounds like Terry hears noise and it motivates him, which is something I wouldn't, not that I wouldn't expect, but like I like that about him, that sort of gets to him, the yards for whatever, and he showed out. Speaking of noise, Cam Taylor-Britt said leading up to the game, Cliff Kingsbury ran a nice college offense. I'd like to know how the guys took that comment.
Yeah, we definitely heard it. I can't sit here and say, oh, we didn't hear it. It was never mentioned. We did hear it. It was mentioned and it was addressed. And I think everyone was fired up to kind of go out there and show really the whole country what we could do as an offense. And it didn't hurt that we were able to have a really, really good game on offense. And it's not bad for a college offense when you don't punt over the past 2 games. So overall, we did hear it. I think in his defense, it was probably made a little bigger than he meant it. I don't think, based on his post-game interview, I should say. But at the same time, you don't want to give anyone a little bit of extra added motivation in this league.
Well said, you guys. I like how you said we had a pretty good game. You scored on 14 straight drives, excluding kneel downs. It was unbelievable. And I'm sure you guys, Dan Quinn's got you guys looking ahead to next week. So before we turn the page, with those 5 receptions, Zach, you passed Jimmy Graham to move into 7th all-time total catches by a tight end in history with 721. So here's the list. You need 22 more to pass Greg Olsen for 6th, 88 to pass Shannon Sharp and enter the top 5 all-time. What is this like, seeing your name climb the leaderboard with names like that?
It's pretty surreal, honestly. But at the same time, it's something that people have asked me throughout my career. You know, how do you feel about this or that? And it's not something you can really ever think about while you're playing. You know, this will be something really cool when I'm done playing and able to reflect on kind of what we've been able to do in my career. But I don't think that career is coming to a close soon. I don't want it to, ideally, but I'm thinking year to year at this point.
Let's go.
But at the same time, it is awesome to just, being able to, like Jimmy Graham, who I've watched forever, who I have a really good relationship with, Greg Olsen, Trav, Shannon, guys are just phenomenal players. And it's just awesome to be kind of in that category, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how to approach it, honestly.
Let it happen. Just keep the 22. You're going to be there before you know it. You might get 22 catches this week. The Cardinals, in Arizona, huh? You and Cliff Kingsbury, revenge game. What do I need to know?
I don't think it's a quote-unquote revenge game.
Zach, yes it is. You're telling me you didn't have this game circled and you and Cliff haven't talked about it? I call BS.
We can talk after the game, obviously. But at the same time, I had a really good experience in Arizona. I can't sit here and say, oh, I was treated poorly.
Yeah.
From ownership on down to the fans. I truly enjoyed my time in AZ. My wife is from here, so I can't sit here and be like, oh, I have a huge chip on my shoulder based on how they treated me.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I'm going to go out there and do my best to get open and make plays for this team. But it's going to be a fun game for sure.
Such a Zach Ertz answer. Thanks for being the best. The Ertz Family Foundation. Everybody go support it. Good luck against Arizona, who you love, and we'll talk after the game. Thanks and congrats on the win. Enjoy it. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, Zach.